What if the nice guy helping you in Block Tales is actually the worst villain in the entire game? I'm talking about Shedletsky. Yeah, that guy who gives you quests and seems super helpful. What if he's been tricking you this whole time? In this video, I'm going to show you the most shocking Block Tales theories that fans have figured out, prove why the player might actually be dead after Chapter 3, and reveal the scary clues that point to Shedletsky being the real bad guy. These aren't just random guesses, there's actual proof backing up every single theory. But first, let me blow your mind with something about the dark figure from the beginning. This one detail changes everything we thought we knew about the story. Trust me, you'll never look at Block Tales the same way again. Here's what most people missed. Remember that creepy figure who kidnapped Builderman? The one with the missing arm and dark blue skin? Well, fans noticed something super weird. When the mystery person talks, their text box is the exact same color as the menu boxes. You know, the ones you use as the player. Some fans think this means the mystery person is actually you, but from the future. Think about it, what if collecting all these dangerous swords slowly turns you evil? What if the person you're trying to stop is actually yourself after the swords mess with your mind? But that's just the beginning. The real shocking theory is about someone much closer to home. Let me tell you about the day I realized Shedletsky might be lying to us. I was replaying Chapter 1 and something felt off. There's Shedletsky all beaten up and bloody telling us that Red and Blue Noob attacked him. But here's the crazy part. The game creators actually confirmed that Red and Blue Noob didn't hurt him at all. So who did? And why would Shedletsky lie about it? The more I dug into this, the more suspicious things I found. First, Shedletsky is the guy who made the sword fights and the height swords in the first place. He's literally the creator of these weapons that are driving people crazy. Isn't that just a little convenient? Second, every time you finish a chapter and go back to talk to Shedletsky, other characters mysteriously disappear. Builder Barry? Gone. Construction Barry? Vanished. Mayor Thaniel? Nowhere to be found. It's like talking to Shedletsky makes people disappear into thin air. But here's the part that gives me chills. Shedletsky is one of the only two people who can actually pull the swords out. Think about it. If these swords are so dangerous that they drive people insane, why can Shedletsky handle them just fine? Unless he's already been corrupted by them and is just pretending to be good. The fans have been putting these clues together and the theory is getting stronger. What if Shedletsky is the one controlling everything? What if he's been using you to collect the swords for him this whole time? Now let me tell you about the theory that made my jaw drop. It's called the Purgatory theory, and it suggests something absolutely wild about Chapter 3. You know how in Chapter 3 the ghost chef warns you not to touch the ghost walker because it will kill you? Well, what if it actually did kill you? What if everything that happens after you touch that sword is just your mind trying to piece things together? Here's the proof that makes this theory scary good. The game literally tells us that if someone who isn't pure enough touches the Ghost Walker, they die immediately. Not get hurt or feel sick, they straight up die. And what happens when you touch it? You collapse and enter this weird dream world. But here's where it gets creepy. That dream world isn't just any dream. It's filled with references to hell and purgatory. There are areas literally called Inferno and Purgatory with fire everywhere and twisted soul creatures. The lost souls in the game even say they're made up of hundreds of souls that have been twisted together. The theory says that when you grab the Ghost Walker, you actually died. Everything after that, Chapter 4, the desert, the pirates, it's all happening in your dead consciousness trying to complete the story. You are stuck in purgatory, trying to finish your quest even though you're already gone. Think about it. After Chapter 3, doesn't the player act a little different, more reckless, making weird choices? That's because the real you is dead, and what's left is just an echo trying to wrap up the story. But wait, there's more. Even if you're not actually dead, there's another theory that's just as terrifying. It's about what happens when you collect all 7 swords. You see, every single sword in the game has voices, evil voices that whisper to whoever holds them. We see this with the Cruel King. He goes crazy because his sword is talking to him, and honestly, I'd go crazy if an inanimate object was talking to me too. The same thing happens to Griefer with the Venom Shank. The voices drive them completely insane. Now, you're collecting all 7 of these cursed weapons. 7 different evil voices all talking to you at once. Fans are wondering, what happens when you have all of them? Do you become the most dangerous person in the game? Here's the scary part. The lost souls in the dream world, Some fans think there are people who tried to use the Ghost Walker before you. They failed the test and became twisted, evil versions of themselves. They even say things like, hatred is going to turn us beautiful and perfect, which sounds like they think being evil is a good thing. What if you're headed for the same fate? What if collecting all the swords is slowly turning you into the very thing you're trying to stop? Now, here's a theory that blew my mind when I first heard it. What if Shedletsky and Telemon are the same person? This might sound crazy, but hear me out. In real life, on the actual Roblox website, the Telemon account was Shedletsky's alternate account. They were the same person using different names. So, what if the same thing is happening in Block Tales? Think about it. We never see Shedletsky and Telemon in the same place at the same time. Telemon has this mysterious mansion and then just disappears from the story. Meanwhile, Shedletsky keeps showing up with more and more knowledge about where the swords are. What if Shedletsky has been playing both sides? What if he's been guiding you as the helpful quest giver while also setting up obstacles as Telemon? It would explain how he always knows exactly where to send you and why the challenges seem perfectly designed to test your skills. The more I researched these theories, the more hidden clues I found that players completely missed. For example, did you notice that after you purify your soul by defeating your emotions, you don't actually become pure? In Chapter 4, you're still making questionable choices and acting weird. Some fans think this means you don't actually fix your soul, you just buried your emotions deeper. And here's something creepy. In the dream world, there's a theory about a fifth emotion that we haven't seen yet. Fans think it's guilt, and it might be the most dangerous one of all. What if your guilt about the people you've hurt is what turns you into the final boss? There's also this detail that gives me chills. The player character in all the Chapter 4 achievement pictures has the same creepy smile. Always the same exact smile, like they're not really happy but pretending to be. The game developer said it doesn't mean anything, but I'm not really convinced. Here's where all these theories come together into one terrifying picture. What if the entire game is a cycle? Think about it. The mystery person from the beginning travels back in time to steal the swords. You travel back in time to stop them. But what if you're destined to become that mystery person? What if every player who tries to collect all the swords eventually becomes the villain? Maybe Shedletsky isn't evil, maybe he's just another player who went through the same cycle. Maybe he's trying to warn you in his own twisted way. Or maybe he's trying to make sure you end up just like him. The scariest part, there might be no way to win. Every choice you make, every sword you collect, every person you trust, it's all leading you down the same dark path. You think you're the hero, but you're actually becoming the villain. The thing is, all these theories are meaningless unless you understand the real truth about why the player was sent back in time in the first place. And trust me, the reason is way darker than you think. Watch my Block Tales deep dive to learn the shocking truth about the time travel plot that changes everything about Block Tales and why the developers might have hidden the real ending from us.